subscribe, please make sure that you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And if you are new here, make sure you subscribe. And let me introduce myself. So my name is Emilee with 2 E's at the end, and I'm your go-to empowerment coach. And this space is a community for you and for all of us to be able to grow and learn into being our best self. And we are in it together. We're on the journey. And one of the journeys that I want to be able to share with you today is my postpartum journey and really being able to find myself postpartum. Now, this has been a journey to say the least, and I just want to acknowledge anyone who is watching this that is in their postpartum journey, whether you're a day into it or maybe a year, 2, 3 years, whatever it looks like, or maybe you're on a journey of really just finding yourself after a transition that's happened in your life. And I just want to encourage you to do what is best for you. We all have a different journey, even though they are similar in parallel, that we're, moving from one point of ourself to the other self. So be encouraged, know that you're not alone, and know that you're doing an amazing job. No matter how else you're feeling, keep moving forward and know that you are not alone. You have this community. And with that being said, I found that being in postpartum, I still am a very routine person. I love a good process procedure, morning routine, night routine with some flexibility in there. And so after I had my daughter, I found myself just trying to grasp at anything that would give me some sense of normalcy, since literally my entire world was flipped upside down. And an encouragement here in this space is that we really don't know until we're there and are experiencing things. So if you're in that space where you're like, I'm just trying to grasp something that is going to help me feel myself, then you're already on the right path. We just have to try, or what I like to say is practice, to be able to figure out what is going to be best for us. And so for me, what I found, I was going back to my old routine kind of process, and I felt like it was good for me, but at the same time it wasn't serving me well. I felt like I was stressed out with the commitments that I had, and I found myself very anxious and really just wanting to be with my family and be with my daughter as much as I possibly could. And so one of my tips that I wanted to give you or share with you today that really helped me be able to find myself was to really just let go of things that weren't serving me, or that I didn't feel I could prioritize my time for. And so really being able to give myself permission to let go and trust that I was going to be moving forward. I guess I could say now, looking back, that there was a sense of grieving, because you're leaving all of these things that you identified so much with. And I felt like there were spaces and capacities that I was in, and I loved them, but I just wasn't loving them in the same way that I was before baby. And so I had to let those go, and not in a bad way, but just in a way of I've outgrown this, or a way that I like to look at it is that it has served its purpose in my journey. And just because you're releasing something doesn't necessarily mean that you can't go back to it, or that it won't serve you purpose in your new self later on. So first thing that I found that was really helpful was being able to release those things that weren't serving me in my newest capacity well. And so being able to release that That really helped me. And then one of the things that I found too that really helped me was releasing expectations. And, you can gauge what releasing expectations means to you, but a big thing that I found was I had this expectation for myself to show up for my family, for my relationships, for my friendships, for my communities in the same way that I was showing up before baby. And I just found like I couldn't do it. And so instead of me like communicating and sharing that, I felt like I pulled back so much and I wouldn't go hang out with my friends. I was honestly just really embarrassed and ashamed, and I was fearful that I wasn't meeting the expectations of my friends. And I felt like that because I wasn't meeting the expectations that I held for myself. And now being, past that and being able to reflect, my friends were there. They knew and they totally got it. And it was me that was holding myself in this space that I was just so deep and dark into this rabbit hole where I just couldn't find joy or peace around, hanging out with friends or even texting people back or calling people that I normally would, because I just was in such a different headspace. And in postpartum, I was working through a lot of postpartum anxiety, rage, postpartum depression. And so I just want to acknowledge you if you're watching this and you are, working through some of the similar things or maybe other things. And I just want you to know, again, you are not alone. And I just want to be able to be vulnerable and share these in a hope that someone who watches or is listening is going to feel comfort in knowing that they're not alone. And really being able to just release those expectations of whatever it is, and really being able to give yourself space to explore what is going to be best for you. I mean, in these new transitions and these new phases, we, are doing things so differently, and we're having to juggle new balls. So if we're juggling, we've got these extra balls added. So, part of me is like, okay, let's get rid of the balls that aren't really filling our cup, and is something that we can't really prioritize our time for. And then we want to be able to release those expectations and be able to just give ourselves the space to explore and to feel what is best for us. So I know that is not easy, and I just want to acknowledge you for taking the time to A, watch this and pour into yourself, and B, to acknowledge that you're figuring it out. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do in postpartum and in these transitional phases where we're just trying to figure out who we are and what we're supposed to be doing and really what we're capable of. So lastly, I want to just share one other thing that I found that really helped me find myself and be able to move my journey of figuring out who I was postpartum, really be able to move that journey forward. And so this is a huge one, and really what it is being able to use my voice. We all have a voice that we can communicate in some capacity, and we need to be able to use it, because nobody is a mind reader and will be able to figure out what it is that you need, what it is that you want, or how you feel. And I just want to encourage you to advocate for yourself, advocate for your family, for your baby, for whatever it is you're working towards, because you're worth it, and it is going to make things so much better. And I feel like by me being able to communicate my needs, my feelings, my thoughts, really helped be able to welcome people into my journey, and really allowed me to accept and welcome the support. And a good example of this is I had a friend had come over to visit me, and the baby, during postpartum, it was still like really early on, right after we had our daughter, and my friend came over, and I was like, hey, okay, you can hold the baby. I'm gonna work on some dishes. And she was like, are you crazy? She was like, you need to sit down, enjoy your baby, and I'm going to do your dishes. And she literally went over to the sink in the kitchen and she did my dishes. She put them in the dishwasher. She got it all set up. And it was just so hard for me to allow her to do that, because I am so used to and comfortable in helping others and not receiving that help. And so I guess that would be my fourth kind of recommendation and just thing that really helped me, was asking for help, but also being able to receive it. So just circling back on that third tip is going to be communicating, using your voice and advocating for yourself for what is going to serve you best, and how you feel and what you want and what you know to be the best for you. We are the experts of ourselves, of our babies, of our lives, and we need to sit in that captain or pilot seat and be able to move it forward. So use your voice, communicate, advocate for yourself, what it is that you're wanting, what you need, how you feel. Please, please, please find someone that you can share how you're feeling, whether it's sadness, whether it's frustration, whether it's excitement, whether it's feeling down or feeling numb. Maybe you don't even know how to feel, and that is totally okay, and I want to acknowledge you for that. And then again, as we are communicating and advocating, we are also being open to receiving and allowing the amazing people that we have in our life to be a part of our journey and to partner with us and move us forward. And that support could be your partner or spouse. It could be your family. It could be your community at school or at work or at church, whatever your community looks like. It could also be your coach. I know that I would have not made the progress in figuring out who I was and what was best for me without my coaches. And so if that's something that you're looking to get partnered with a coach, definitely connect with me. I have a huge network of coaches. If I'm not the coach for you, we can set you up with one. And so yes, really just welcoming in to that receiving and that help, that assistance, whatever it looks like, because even though it might be hard for us to ask for help or to accept the help, when we allow others to step into their best selves and their gifts and talents, that is only going to help excite them and celebrate them for doing what they are designed to do and what they are so amazingly gifted and skilled to do. And that is going to help us, that's going to rise us up and just allow us to be able to feel our best and really be able to know who we are. And so we just have to be willing to accept that and welcome that. So I wanted to just share these 4 things with you all in what really has helped me in this postpartum journey. Of course, there are so many other things, so I would love for you to share something that has really helped you in your postpartum journey or in your transitional journey, for whatever you're working through or working towards, and really being able to find yourself and what your best self needs. So I love you all so much. Don't forget to stay connected. You can find me on Instagram at _Emilee with 2 E's Hill, and you can find ways to partner with me on my website, which is emileehill.com. And if you are looking for other videos around finding yourself and figuring out who your best self is or what your best self recipe is, I've linked a couple videos below, and I cannot wait to hear how you are transforming and really being able to find yourself being your best self. So love you all, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye.